Hello everyone, and welcome to another Distill Design video tutorial. I'm your host, Alpha Romeo Blackburn from Distill Design. I'm a graphic and web designer and front-end developer, and today we're going to be talking about creating a new post in WordPress. So let's get started. So, first, let's start off by understanding what WordPress is. Originally, when WordPress was created, it was created with the sole uh, thought and intention of being a blog application. And when working with a blog application, the main feature of the blog is being able to create posts. Now, our WordPress has evolved significantly since that first time it's been used as a blog application and now has a lot more robust features. But for the most part, the post application for WordPress is the easiest and most powerful part of the CMS system, and that's what we're going to be discussing today. Now, whenever you'd like to publish any type of new content onto your new WordPress site, chances are it's going to be a post. And whether it's an image, a video, a quick update, or some sort of groundbreaking, amazing article that just needs to be read, uh, WordPress will allow you to do that nicely, quickly, and efficiently. It'll also allow people to make comments, and if the article is that groundbreaking, people can also share it. So let's create a post. So the way that we create a post is we first need to get to the post page where we can create it. Now there's two ways of doing that. The first way is by going up here to the new section and going to post. And this will take us straight to the post page. Evidently, if we go back to the dashboard, and this is where you're going to start doing anything in WordPress. If you look on the left hand side here, you'll also have an option for posts, add new posts. And when you click here, it takes you to the same section. Now here we've got our post page, which gives us some basic editing features. Now, we first want to look at the enter title here. It is a good rule of thumb to give every single post that you create a title. It is possible to publish articles without a title. However, in the back end of WordPress, when you'd like to edit your articles or posts, um, the only way that you can basically sort them out is through their title. That's all you're going to see. So if you start creating multiple posts without titles, then it's going to be incredibly difficult to locate them later if you want to edit them. So it's always a good rule of thumb to always put in a title. So that's what we're going to do today. So now that we've entered in our first title, what will happen is as soon as we click out of the title, WordPress is going to start auto-saving our text. As you can see here, our permalink just shows up and it's already telling us where our post is going, or what our post is going to be named. WordPress does this because, as you know, computers are sometimes unpredictable, and so is the internet. In any case, if you lose connection with the internet, or your computer crashes, or you know, typical life things with computers, WordPress tries to do the best that it can by saving your newly generated posts in the draft section and trying to keep track of all the changes that you make. Second, when we're looking in this section here, this is where we can actually start typing. So we can type whatever info we would like. And we can do double space and type more, type some more, and so on and so forth. And we can do all sorts of editing within this section here. Now, in most cases, when we're creating posts, I'd say probably about 60 to 80% of the time, you're probably going to be writing your post in some other format or having somebody else curate the post for you, and you're going to be copying and pasting into WordPress. Now, WordPress has come a long way. In terms of copying and pasting and putting formatting in. And if you have the latest version of WordPress, then this is possible. You can copy from Microsoft Word and paste it directly into WordPress, and WordPress will actually remove the formatting. So let's take a look at that in action. So here we have a Microsoft Word document. It's got some subheadings and some coloring here and some Laura Epson text, and we've got some paragraph spacing. Some of it's a little funky. So let's go here and copy this. And then let's flip back over into WordPress, and basically from here we can paste it in. And as you can see, WordPress is already working to strip all the Microsoft tags in there, and we'll still have our headings, and WordPress will, you know, try to give it an H1 tag, um, and keep all the spacing and everything consistent and clean with Microsoft Word. Now, in some cases, if you have a older version of WordPress, sometimes it'll actually keep the Microsoft Word settings and keep the coloring and even keep different fonts in there. And if you want to make sure that your text looks as it should in the blog that was intended by the designer in creating it, what you want to do is, and let me just remove this here, is you want to click on this button here. We usually call it the kitchen sink, and it'll bring up some more options here, some more advanced options. And because we're using the newest version of WordPress, it just basically says paste as text. So basically, if we paste as text, if we're pasting it from some other format application other than Microsoft Word, we would use this feature. And in some if you have an older WordPress, there'd be two of these. One would be paste in as a Microsoft Word document. And in that case, you would click on that button, and that's where you would paste your Microsoft Word document. And then WordPress would then strip out all the Microsoft Word formats and functions and things so that it would be a clean paste into your WordPress post. But because we're using the new version, we can paste in a straight Microsoft Word document, and we don't have to worry about those troubles anymore. So now that we've pasted in this information, we can see now that our info's here, and we have the ability now to adjust it. And by toggling the kitchen sink here, and I'm not sure why, but in most cases whenever you open up a new post, this is usually closed. And I think that's kind of ridiculous, and I'm pretty sure they're going to work on that. But for the time being, we have it open, and we can see that we've got all sorts of neat different features here. So if we like, we can highlight this title here, and we can go to this box here, and we can change the heading to heading 2 or heading 3, and so on and so forth. If you're going to be doing subheadings in WordPress in your posts, I would highly recommend that you not use heading 1, because heading 1 is actually used in all the headings in the other parts of your website. So in order to not confuse people in terms of different pages in which they're in, it would be more beneficial to use heading 2 or anything lower to give your site a sense of hierarchy when people are viewing the images or viewing the data. Further to that extent, I would also say the same thing goes for adding color. I would avoid adding color because the developer of your website or the specific theme that you've purchased for WordPress also has specific fundamental features hard coded into the post section, and by using this you're overriding those specific functions. You can play around with it if you like, but I highly recommend that leave that part alone. I would also recommend that in case of the alignment. As you can see, there's an align left, align center, and align right. Um, and depending on what theme you've had created, or if you had one purchased or one custom built for you, the developer has put in specific information or hard coded that information into the blog section of your site. And by doing that, you may override these, or in certain cases, they may actually not work because they haven't put those, they've deactivated them. Um, but for the rest of the features in the post section, these are actually very quick and easy to use. If you want to bring any attention to specific parts of the post, you've got your bold, you've got your italicize, and your strike through. Um, you've also have the ability to undo and redo features here. And if you're looking to put in special characters, you have a special characters icon here, which you can click on, and you can find your copyright, your rights reserved, symbols here if you're looking for pi, paragraph tags, quotes, things like that. They're all in the special characters field here. You can also indent and unindent items in your post. And we also have a bullet list and a numbered list. And the way that you would start using a bullet list or numbered list is you would put your cursor where you would like, simply click bullet list, item 1, and then to continue, simply hit enter, and it will continue. And if you want to get out of bullet list, you simply hit enter, and one more time. Basically, you'd hit enter, so you have your free space, and then click on the bullet list to remove it, and then you can continue typing as you would. And then once you are complete, you can save draft so that you can come back and work on it later, or you can simply hit publish, to which then it will publish your post. So we're just going to publish it here. And then we can click on View Post so that we can see the post in action. So this is the front end of Wordpress. We're just using a generic theme, and this is our post published. Now, if you want to keep your post looking really clean and keep to a specific theme, you may not want to have the whole entire post shown at once. So in that case, what we would do is we would put a read more button on that. So let's flip back into the back end and I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to click up here on the edit post because we're still logged into WordPress. And what I want to do is I'm going to click just midpoint of this paragraph here, and we've got this button here right beside the toggle or the kitchen sink, which is the insert read more tag. So when we click on this, what it does is it creates a perpetual line that says read more. Now if we are to update this, what we want to do is we want to go to the front end of WordPress. So I'm going to click on the visit site and we're going to go to the front because that's where our post is going to show up. Now you can see that our first post is here and our paragraph, our subcategory or subheading is here, along with some of the text, and where we place the read more insert, we have a read more link now, and the rest of our post is hidden. And when we click on the read more, what it will do now is actually bring us to the post and give us the rest of the post. And we also have here a leave comments and post comment section here as well. And this is wonderful. Um, to keep your post clean, you have your action heading and then your subheading for what the article is going to contain, and just a little bit of teaser information for readers so they can decide whether they'd like to read that post or move on to the next one. Um, just a couple of other things I'd like to show you in the back end here. We've also have our screen options at the top, and when you click on the screen option, you have other fields that you can have available to you for your posts. If you want people to make comments on it, or if there are certain posts you want to have people make comments on or not, you can click on the comments tag here in the screen options, and down here you'll actually see that you can add comments or communicate with people back and forth if they're doing comments. And you can do that in the edit section. If you'd like, you can select the author and decide if you want to change the author of the post. If you have other people writing articles for you and you want to give them credit or keep credit for yourself on that. And discussion, we can click on that, and what that does is that allows you to turn on or turn off comments on your posts. So if there's specific posts where they're just updates and there's no need for anybody to comment on it, you may want to turn this on just for that particular post and turn that off because there's no need for that. And then also, if your window kind of gets a little small and you want to try to write more but you're having problems seeing it, you also have this little tag here at the bottom that allows you to adjust the length or the height of your post. And you can also close these up if you have too many of these kind of showing up. And you can actually move these if you want to change the way the background or the back end looks in terms of where your tools are. If you want to make everything all stackable or move back and forth, this is also something that you can do to optimize the working conditions for creating your posts in WordPress. And finally, and last but not least, we have the distraction free button here. So if you're writing your post in WordPress and you're going to be doing it all in WordPress, you can click on the distraction free, and what it will do is it'll remove all the other parts around and give you basically the view of your post, and you can edit and work on your post and not be distracted. And if you want to bring up any of the tools, you simply just bring your mouse to the top of the screen and use any of the editing features here. You have less editing features because it's basically just for you to type. And if you want to exit, just hit the exit full screen. So these are some of the few key components that you can use to create a post and publish it in WordPress. We can go into a lot of great detail about other functions and other tools within WordPress. Please, if you have any questions or if anything seems a little unclear, you can send me an email at alpha@distilldesign.ca or distillme@distilldesign.ca. And I hope that this video is helpful, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.